Hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully you had a good Tuesday in the market. And SPY's not going crazy. I don't know what ETF I'm heavily weighted in. I don't know if it's NASDAQ, Dow. I don't know. I know it's not the SPY though, because today our account's going nuts. Our account's at all-time highs. If you look at just from back end of October, just November, this thing's gone crazy. Gone from 19,000, we're up 24,000, and this is mostly just shares. I mean, I've done some options, if you've seen credit spreads, debit spreads, but it's mostly just shares. So when I started setting up the long-term shares, I was like, all right, I started growing a list, and then I just looked down the list, looked at each ticker and saw where the price was at, and looked at the RSI and saw if it was a good deal. If it wasn't, I passed it on, and I slowly just scaled into a lot of these. And yeah, in the past month, they've done well. We've also done well with the options, which we'll go over here in a second. And then of course we've done really well with Tesla. Tesla's been a huge part of it. Just held on through the swings. We had this average cost was 386, which was right here. Yep, right in this, I think, bounce right here is when we bought it. And then yeah, it just sat here and didn't do much for basically a month and a half, 2 months. Now it's going insane. I don't imagine it to stay up at 550 forever. I think it'll keep going up. Maybe to 600. I don't know where it's going to top, but then it's going to settle somewhere back down here. Maybe 500, maybe 450 where it was for a while. Or maybe it will. I don't know, but I'm expecting to have a pullback on Tesla at some point. Probably after it's entered the S&P, maybe before then, but definitely after then. But yeah, it's pulled our whole account up. Same with, I mean, a lot of these shares. So AbiBuy has been going crazy. We're up $50 just today on that. AT&T is finally back. If you look at our AT&T, we're almost back to our average cost. So we've been down on these shares for a long time. We bought this. I bought it back when it was $30, and that was a long time ago. Not a long time. Not a long time in a long term. So it was back here. This is very short term, but if you're on your computer every day, it's like eternity. Back here in June. So I started scaling in. I think maybe I started buying here, and then it dropped lower, and I scaled in a little more, and then like I have enough AT&T, and yeah, we're almost back to break even on AT&T. AbiBuy, our average cost is 86. I bought that at a nice low. It's a slow mover. It's for dividend. Same with AT&T. AAL. Okay, we're finally positive on AAL. This is crazy. So when I look at AAL also, I actually opened up, I sold a covered call today, and then I bought it back. So I was like, no, I don't think so. AAL's not done. So I saw this, and then I sold a covered call like maybe in this area. And I was just like watching it, and I looked at the hourly, and I'm like, wait, this is a kind of a bull flag, I think. I don't know. This could be a top, but I don't know. There's not enough premium on the covered calls. It was like $15. So I'm like, hold it for now. But hopefully it keeps running up tomorrow. I'll sell a covered call back in the money, get more premium, because it was like I want to sell a 15. It's $23 now, maybe 15 and a half. I want to sell, and yeah, I bought it back because I'm like, if this goes up to 16 tomorrow, then I could sell like the 15 and get like $100 for the premium, something crazy. So I'm waiting on that. Hopefully it kind of keeps ripping. The pre-COVID stuff, it's still kind of running up. Verizon, I'm going to scale into after we sell off the AT&T shares. Oh, it's good for dividend. This doesn't matter. Square's kind of sold off a little bit. Some tech sold off. Rocket came up today, which is awesome. Still way down on our shares. See, we've got a lot of room even on this one to come up. It's too far out of the money to sell covered calls on, though. It's just way, even if I have a further expiration, which I don't really want to because I think it's going to go up. But I could sell a one closer, so like here, and then if it gets this price, roll it up. But I'm buying back to do the call, and I don't know if I like to roll over covered calls. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because to me, I don't see a huge advantage to that at all. Because if it's in the money, then it has all this value, and it costs $400 or $500 or whatever it costs to buy it back. Then you're opening up another one. Just I don't know. Maybe when I've done it, I haven't opened one up with a far enough out expiration, so it hasn't made sense. But yeah, anyways, Tesla, of course, this one's gone nuts. Our average cost 386 on this. What else we got? Solar run is up, KO is up. I'd like to get, I need to get more KO. So once I have some more buying power, once some of these expire, then I'm probably gonna be buying some more shares. And especially once Webull is on margin and my E-Trade's back up to where I can do spreads on there. Because so far I've just done my spreads on here and it's worked out well. I mean, a lot of these gains are shares, but it's also a lot of spreads. So let me break this down for you guys. What's going on? Got these debit spreads on Tesla. Remember, I'm kind of waiting for these to be max gain. Since it's a debit spread, we have to wait for time, not just a naked call where it can shoot up and go crazy as you see on this call. Yeah, I could have spent 2,500 on it, and then now it's worth 6,900. So you're not waiting on those, but with the debit spread, I also sold a call. You know, I have to wait for the time on that. Yeah, so basically though, if Tesla's above, this one's a safe play now. If Tesla's above 490 on expiration, then we get max profit of $500. So as you see right now, it's only at 172. So we've got a long way to stretch on this thing. If there's another way for me to get out of this, let me know, guys. Or another way to like kind of take profits earlier, like I don't know, close this out and open up another one at a higher strike. That kind of work, like rolling it up. I don't know. I think that's all I can do on that. What I like about it is only $145 cost. So instead of a credit spread where you're using a lot of collateral, this one is the reason why I kept this one open and I closed my credit spread that was at 80% profit. That one you can only get to 100. And then the EV pop. So these popped, this bubble kind of popped yesterday. At least for solo, it popped yesterday. I caught it. Blink, remember I was scaling into those call credit spreads and I was like a little sketched out because this thing's gone crazy, but it was so overbought on the hourly, on the daily, on the weekly. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just stay confident. And with the count growing so much and the play's working, it grows your confidence, which is good. Then you're not trying to get out of stuff that you shouldn't, and you're going into times when you should, and it just helps a lot when you have a little bit of confidence. So it's worked out. We've got 4 call credit spreads on solo with this strike, 12.5 and 14. I don't think this is going to come back up here, so this will expire worthless. We'll get the full $121. Yeah, and then Blink. One's more credit, $280. This one we rolled over, I think. We rolled this one over? No, we didn't roll this over. No, I don't believe. This one expires 18th also. Blink basically just has to close below 30 by December 18th. So it looks kind of crazy now because it's like it's almost back up at 30. But it's on its way down. You know, it can't all just come down and not go up. So it's going to come down. It's coming up a little bit, but it's on its way down in my opinion. Get this one. Collateral on this one's like, I don't know, 500? It's more than the other one. But I scaled into that one. And then today I scaled into Ride. I was like, I want to get some more of this EV drop. We're already up 56% on this one. So this is Lordstown or whatever. Another one of the kind of EV hype plays. So I opened up one here when it was right here. Right here I opened up the call credit spreads on here. Got 5 of them. 29 and 30. This is kind of aggressive because at this point it was right at 29. It was like right here that I opened it. It was right at 29. I'm like, well, I think it's going to go down, so I'll just go ahead and open it. And thankfully it kept going down here. So now this thing's gained 50% value already. 39% kind of jumps around, you know, just spread on there. Tomorrow, if Ride comes down another 5% or 10%, you know, this will probably get to like 80% value and I could close it out early. There's a big spread on that though. That's why it's all over the place. But yeah, that's another one. And then saw the Blink. And then also, of course, I did SPY credit spreads. So on the SPY, I opened up these credit spreads. I looked at the hourly chart. I saw that SPY looked like it was on a slow trajectory up though. Higher lows, a little bit higher highs. Also, it's kind of trying to stay above this yellow 180-day moving average line. And then of course yesterday it gapped up after hours, and then here today is where we are. So I'm like, okay, I'm bullish on it at this point, at least till tomorrow, even though we are overbought. And of course now you're like, oh yeah, of course you are. But no, when I called this, it was back here. This was this morning. right here on this dip. It's coming down here. I opened one, and I thought I was going to dip further. Actually, I opened one right here. I thought I was going to keep dipping more before it went up. Bought one, and then it started going up, and then right here I was like, okay, I don't think it's going to come down anymore. So then I bought the rest. I got the other 3. So there's only $39 credit, but yeah, that's good. That's all we need. It was up 70% because SPY, today kept going up from here and just keep going up. So this will be nice. Will expire tomorrow. Our BA debit spread, not doing a whole lot. BA I think's really got a rip for this to valuable, because this is pretty far out of the money. Only $30 though, not a huge deal. Yeah, so those are the plays on this, and this account, man, this is crazy. I was like, today we might pass the 25k PDT mark, like we literally almost did. I'm not expecting tomorrow to be this green on our account, at least. I think SPY will be green, but that's why I kind of wanted to open up these are basically bearish plays, because when the market or the account is going down, because these are overbought, then you have some of these bearish plays to make money on everything dropping. So these are dropping today though, because it's just that top. And yeah, that's the long term on Webull. Oh yeah, in the morning, that's right. I opened up, these are kind of worthless, but basically I opened up these ACB and Tilray calls since Biden is more officially our president-elect, because I think the GSA announced that he was our president-elect. So I figured weed stocks, and yeah, sure enough, I think this is probably from the news. It's shooting up. ACB. I put orders in before the market even opened, just for the minimum of 1 cent per contract. Opened up 18 of these, 10 of these. There's a big spread on them. They're kind of worthless right now, but this one only cost, I don't know what this cost, $18. This one cost $10. So these are only if these marijuana stocks go crazy, then these will have some value. I mean, these are up like 200% today, but I think that's kind of because of the spread. They expire on Friday. See some of my buy orders that were there from this morning for 1 cent, and then, yeah, here's our position here. So it doesn't really have any value now, but if these go crazy, which they might, then we'll do well. And look at this, the blink. So remember, blink, when it was going up, I bought this put. I bought it, I think, here this day, and then it ran up this day, and it actually, so from this day, by the end of the day, it lost, I think, 50%. It was negative 50%. And then this day it was green, it was way higher, and it was actually only down like 13%. It could have been spreads, I didn't check, but I think that was just because of the IV. So if a stock's going up, contracts get more expensive on both sides, calls and puts. Same with stocks going down, they're going to get more expensive on calls and puts. So that's why when there's a ton of IV, it's really nice to just sell the premium. Otherwise you're just, because look, so this is my example. It was cheaper today. Basically, the contract was less valuable this day than, or no, sorry, less valuable this day. Yeah, less valuable this day than this day, and it was a put. So when a stock goes up, a put should lose value, but it was the opposite just because of all the IV. And then this day, when it's actually come down 16%, this thing's back to negative 50%. Like I said, it could be this spread. It might have been some of the spread, but it's also the IV on it, honestly. So it's down today, and the put has actually lost value. So it's got to come down a lot more for this to gain back in value. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This account's doing all right. I'm gonna switch it. Once I could probably switch it over this week. Probably a good time to do it holiday. So it'll be margin. Then we'll sell puts and do kind of the wheel on this one for a bit until they start offering spreads. Then maybe we'll swing trade on it. I'm not sure. And then E-Trade's good. I closed out of my swing trades on AMC and Space SPCE for a good little chunk. AMC might keep going. I maybe got out early, I'm not sure. Snap came down today, so that one's gaining value also. Yeah. And then so AMC, yeah, shoot, it's still running back up. I didn't want to hang on to it because this one's pretty volatile at this cheap price. This thing's a penny stock now anyways, after all. So it looks like the pre-COVID stuff's still going to keep running, at least after hours today and maybe tomorrow, because airlines too. That's why I got out of my covered call. I think this will keep going potentially. So Space. Let's see, where is it at? Yeah, space, man. This one's a jumpy one. The way this thing moves, it reminds me of DraftKings, how it just has total psych outs. Bull traps, bear traps. I mean, look at this early, like this is just tanking early market hours, and then just whoop, full recovery, and then just flat. Now it's ripping back up. So, no, I'm bearish on this though. It's a good thing I got out. These red candles underneath the 9 moving average. Yeah, MACD's crossed over. I think SPCE will be red tomorrow. That is my prediction. So it's a good thing I got out of that one. This account need to make like 1 or 2 more good swing trades, and then we'll be back up. We can do buy credit spreads on the daily with this one. And I realized they actually want 5 grand to be able to sell puts on here, even if you have the buying power to cover it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I think E-Trade doesn't like how trading, so as they see your experience and like how good you are, I think they change the limits on how much you need to do certain actions. That's kind of my prediction on it. Insight, philosophy, I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm thinking they're doing. And look at this, the put credit spreads I did on SPY making so much sense now that we see this. Right here in the morning when it was red, didn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, DEA beautiful, this thing's ripping up. I think we've got, yeah, so we've got this resistance at 364. It might kind of just consolidate up here and settle a little bit, because this last few days, it hasn't been very fast. It hasn't been tons of velocity like that, you know, from 11:16 till now 11:24. This has been kind of a slow. I had this day, but yeah, see, it's kind of traded in this range. So it's above the moving average though. See how it's kind of using that as support? It's kind of dipped below it, but it's still now bouncing off of it. So I think we'll kind of be green and maybe trade in this range. Given right now we are overbought, so tomorrow, yeah, I don't expect it to go as green as it was today, but yeah, that's my analysis, whatever you call it. Yeah, look at us, $1,000 on the day. That's insane. On the week, we're not to a week yet. I can't show you that. But remember those SPY credit spreads that expire worthless and I didn't roll them over, which I should have, which would have saved us like 2 grand, 3 grand back here. Yep, they look so tiny now, don't they? Isn't that funny? This was the first one, which was insane. Or no, right here. First one, crazy. Then I did it again. No, this was the first one. Did it again. Didn't learn my lesson. And then this was just the market kind of tanked in September. Look how small that looks. And this is mostly from shares. Like I said, this whole run up's mostly from shares and spreads. Nothing naked. Debit spreads, credit spreads. But yeah, this whole drop was credit spreads going bad, not knowing to roll over or what to do. And this was like just, oh man, it's crazy. So more confident now. I don't want to be too confident. I want to keep it slow, not give all the money back. And that's why you have a long term. When you make the money, you put it back into your shares and just let it sit there. So that's what we're kind of doing. These have, so this one has probably $2,000 in collateral in these. So then we'll be able to buy more shares with that. And then max gain on some of these debit spreads will probably be like 1,000 or so if we get to max gain. So I'd like to only have maybe, I don't want too much buying power in here, but just enough to do credit spreads on SPY maybe. Then we'll do more of our income producing, or not income producing, but trying to make profit plays on Webull and E-Trade. And this one's kind of the savings account. I know I go over it every video, but I do that just to remind myself. It helps me to say it out loud. That way I keep it that way. Anyways, that'll do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to sub up, like up, comment down, make your money, happy money, so it'll stick around. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Have a good night.